Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick.
But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is, you show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Postgame Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halo Honk Show. My bad. No, it's the Halos in the Infield postgame show. I'm super late on a Sunday afternoon / evening. Well, it's evening, 8:41 right now as we speak. The game ended like 4 hours ago. But I came on here, had a rough Saturday at Noble. We had all kinds of stuff happen because I got there late and we weren't able to set up on time. We missed the opening crowd, so we had a lot of people show up. But I pulled a rock star move and didn't show up on time, and I was not a bit of a diva. I actually had some stuff going on, but we will have another Noble event soon, and I promise it will be rocking. But with that being said, the Angels take 2 of 3 to get their good old Rally Chris special and get the Angels give some momentum as they go into Texas, because Texas is going to be a big series for the Angels to try to get a hold of and try to, knock down, because the Halo Honks were out. You had 39,000 there today at the game, and it was rocking for the Angels. It was a longer game than usual. They got the job done today. I'll get into the summary, but first, 714 tickets. 714 tickets. 714 tickets is a place to go if you have not gotten the what's it called? If you have not gotten your tickets for the tailgate, I suggest you do. You're running out of time. June 25th is the last day. $55 gets you seat in 237, gets you all kinds of food and drinks, helmet nachos, tacos, and we're going to go over to Noble afterwards. You're going to get the Thunder Sticks and the shirt and the freaking bobblehead, so there you go. But with that being said, the Angels get the win today, and you know what? As bad as it was yesterday where the Dodgers wound up winning, you had the freaking Rangers winning, you had the Astros winning, and we were the only ones not winning.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
We were by winning yesterday, and that caught us off guard. We lost the game, and the Mariners put it to us, and it was a very, very disappointing game for Patrick Sandoval. Patrick Sandoval lost his 5th game. We went over that yesterday, but enough of that. Today, the Angels get the win, and a much-needed win to close out this series against the Seattle Mariners, a team now we've beaten 4 out of 6 times. So they got off to a good start, as, again, everyone's favorite Taylor Ward was back in the lineup. He homered on a fly ball to left center field to make it 1-0. Then Matt Theis, that dude came through.
I know that dude.
I do too, and he came through with a big hit, scoring Brandon Jury on a single turned into a double by the air. It was 2-0, and then the bottom of the second inning, Zach Neto would homer for the 4th time. Now, here's a guy that we didn't think that would homer all year, and he's hit already 4 home runs to start the season, and at this point in the second inning, it was 3-0 Angels. And then still going into the bottom of the 3rd inning, again, Theis does it again. His second hit, double, scored home to, Ohtani and Trout. It's 5-0. They're opening up the floodgates as we speak. Angels were in a good position right there. And it was, at this point, it is, what is it called? At this point, it is 5-0 Angels. And then Hunter Renfroe his first hit off of the, from the maternity leave, scores Matt Theis. It's 6-0 in the 3rd inning. You're thinking this is a blowout. This is, no worries. Angels got this one 6-0. But Teoscar Hernandez, who was pretty good, and I think in Toronto before this, came over here to Seattle, and he's been shining with them. He had a 2-run home run to make it a 6-2 game. And then Mike Trout came through with a sacrifice fly to make it 7-2. And you're figuring, okay, he's still got this one in the bag. Canning is cruising. But Mike Ford comes alive again, hits a home run, second straight night. It was now, or second night in 3 games, I mean. That would make it a 7-3 game. Then Eugene Suarez made it 7-4. Zach Neto would come through with his home run, his 5th home run, first multi-home run game by him to make it a 8-4 lead. And then Brandon Drury would add some more insurance. But the Mariners had quite a few opportunities in this game to get back into it. They had 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. The Angels had 9 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. What I take out of this series is that the Angels, behind Griffin Canning and behind Shohei Ohtani and the bullpen, was able to beat the best that Seattle had. They moved up Gilbert, took the rookie out, let Gilbert start, and Gilbert's been one of their best starters, but he was hit around. And one thing that I liked that the Angels did was against Flexen. Flexen for I'd say about the last 3 years, has been a pretty damn good starter for the Seattle Mariners. Not so much this year. And Flexen got lit up late in the game. We'll go over that right now. For the Mariners, Crawford, who had 4 hits last night, went 1 for 4. Rodriguez went 0 for 5. He had a miserable series and has had a miserable season. He's only batting .245. Ty France had 3 hits. He was trying to keep the Mariners in it. Celtic went 0 for 3. Then you had the other Hernandez, Teoscar Hernandez, have a good game. He went 3 for 4. Raleigh went 0 for 4, including a real bad outing because he had a chance to get the Mariners back into it with the bases loaded, did nothing. Mariners were 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Gilbert was lit up in this one. 7 runs allowed, 6 of them earned on 8 hits. He only had 2 strikeouts and oddly enough did not walk anybody. The bullpen did pretty decent the rest of the way, only allowing 2 runs, but still the damage was done by Gilbert and Flexen. Let's see, over to the Angels real quick. Ward had the 2 hits. He went 2 for 2, so that's good to see. His average is creeping up to 240. Ohtani had 3 more hits. His average is creeping up towards 300. Unfortunately, Mike Trout went 1 for 3, but his average is still around 250. That's a career low. Drury's average continues to rise as it went up to almost 260. He got 2 more hits today. Matt Thaiss, that dude, is up to 275. 2 more hits, including 3 RBIs. Wallach even got a hit today. Renfroe went 1 for 5. Renifo went 0 for 4 because God forbid we can have anyone else. Actually, Rendon played back-to-back games. Walsh went another disappointing 0 for 4 tonight. He's now batting just 122. Neto had 2 hits, 3 runs scored, including those 2 home runs. He's now batting .253, so he's looking mighty good right there. The pitching did a good job. Again, Canning would have liked to have gone 6 innings, but he went 5 innings, 4 runs allowed on 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. He did throw a lot of pitches, but he got himself out of the jam, so he did all right job. Impressed with Soriano, got himself into a couple little quick jams, but then got himself right back out of them. He had 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit allowed. And then Jimmy Herget allowed a walk in the 9th inning, but that was nothing to be worried about. He quickly got a double play to end the game. But the one that really saved the day for the Angels, again, 3rd time in a row, Chris Davinsky has come in there with the bases juiced, or at least 2 men in scoring position or worse, like the bases loaded today, and he's gotten out of it. He was in there with the bases loaded, nobody out. And he came in and only allowed a sacrifice fly and got out of the inning. A magnificent job by Chris Davinsky. His ERA is now down to 2. Angels are 5 for 16. So they're still under 50%. That's about, I think, at a 30% clip. But that's still not good enough. But still, look, the Angels take 2 out of 3 like we wanted. We wanted a sweep. Yesterday's game was very lackluster. They did not get the job done. But, hey, they got it. They got the series, and I think that's all that counts. That's what we always want, is to win the series, and they won the series today. The game that they lost in the standings yesterday with wild card and also a regular season with the division, they got it right back. So that's a plus going into Texas. So as we look at the standings right now for the Angels, going into that Texas series, they sit 6.5 out. They cannot afford to lose this series. At worst, get a split in my mind right now. The Angels have to win this series. They are 6.5 games out, career high, season high, 5 games over 500 for the third time. So we got to get over that 5-game hump, and that's that first game against Texas tomorrow night. Texas is 41-23, Angels 36-31, and lo and behold, we are only a game and a half back of those Astros. We are only a game and a half back of them. So who knows? This could get very interesting. Definitely what we thought wasn't going to happen is starting to happen. They're starting to play a little bit better and a little bit more consistent. Obviously, you'd want them to win every game, but they're not going to do that. But this series is monumentally huge for the Angels. Angels got to win starting out against the Texas Rangers here, because this is going to be a difficult series here going into it. Look over the pitching matchups real quick in Texas. Tyler Anderson, that is going to be the key. He has got to get us off to a good start in that series against the Texas Rangers. Tyler Anderson's coming in at a record of 3-1, but don't let the record fool you. He has pitched a little bit better of late, but in 11 starts, he's 57 innings pitched. He's allowed 7 home runs, and he's got a 5.62 ERA. His last 4 starts, he had got a no decision against the Baltimore Orioles. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. Against the Boston Red Sox, he got the W. That's probably one of his best starts, 6 innings pitched. Only one run allowed. Against Chicago White Sox, took the loss, gave up 6. His last start against the Cubs, he was fairly decent. Not great, but decent. Gave you 5 innings, 4 runs, 5 hits. Let's look at who they're going to be facing here. The next start out, and that would be right here. I almost had it right here. Dane Dunning. So Dane Dunning is not a guy that, if you're an Angel fan, you want to see, because Dane Dunning is been a traditional Angel killer. He's got a good record against us so far this season. In 14 games started, he's 5-1 with a 2.52 ERA. He's only allowed 3 home runs, so he keeps the ball in the ballpark and he pitches to contact. He's only got 33 strikeouts, so he's not a strikeout type pitcher, but he's got it. He's going to come with it against. He's a high velocity and he's kind of hard. He's got a lot of movement, so it's going to be a tough game. Like I said, Anderson's going to be facing one of the best, if not the best, lineup in all of baseball. Then we see John Gray, who's fresh off of a 9-inning loss at home against St. Louis Cardinals. He lost 1-0. John Gray will get the start. In 12 games, he is 6-2. 2.32 ERA, so back-to-back really good pitchers. Although he has been tagged a little bit with the long ball at 9 home runs, he is hittable, but he's put together a really good start to this season. He'll be opposed by Jaime Bierria, that has given us 3 good starts in a row of 5 innings, and that's all we've been asking for him. He's only allowed 1 run in 15 innings, so I'm looking forward to see if Jaime can keep the ball in the ballpark and keep the Angels in the game. Then the big one, too, Reed Detmers, fresh off his first victory of the season. He got that in his last start. Can he repeat the process? He got it against the Chicago Cubs, 6 2/3, 1 run allowed on 5 hits. He's 1-5, like I said, but he's going to be going up against our good old boy, Mr. I don't give a shit, and that is Andrew I'm always hurt Heaney and look confused. Andrew Heaney, though, has had a resurgence last year. Obviously, he left the Angels. Now, look at his ERA in 2020 was 4.46, 5.27, 7.32, 5.83 going in to the Dodgers season, which he magically puts up a 3.10 ERA. And then again with the Texas Rangers this year, he's at 4.14. He has allowed 10 home runs. So, again, he is a guy that can get hit around a little bit. He also has 27 walks. It's kind of high. 52 hits, though, in only 63 innings. So that's kind of like making you go, okay, he's sort of a 500 pitcher. Well, there it is. He's 4-4. So basically, you either get good Andrew Heaney or bad Andrew Heaney. So we're hoping for bad Andrew Heaney in Game 3. That'll move us to the finale there on Thursday, which is going to be a hell of a game right here, because it involves Nathan Eovaldi, a guy who was just waiting to get injured. This guy is a jackass. I don't like him. He is 13 games. That's just my personal vendetta against him. He could probably be the sweetest guy in the world, but who cares? He's got a 2.49 ERA. This jackass has only allowed 4 home runs. He's a tough guy to hit. Doesn't really walk guys too much. 68 hits only in 86 innings. So he's been very dominant, and his record shows why. He is 9-2. Yes, 9-2. Only McClanahan for your Tampa Bay Rays has won more games. He won his 10th today against Texas, the very team we're talking about. But in the last 4 starts for Nathan Eovaldi against Pittsburgh, 1 run, 6 hits, 9 innings. He got a win against Pittsburgh. He got a win in Detroit, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, no earned runs. And then in Seattle, 6 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, no earned runs, got the win there. And also a win in Tampa, 4 runs, 7 hits, 6 1/3 pitch. So he's won 4 straight games, and now he faces our guys. So this is going to be a very, very tough series for the Angels moving forward. But we'll see what they're made of. This is the series that we have to see if the Angels are going to get the job done or not, move up in the standings, or at least play them 50-50 and see where we at after that. Because I think Houston is going to have – they're going to be dealing with the Washington Nationals. So if we were to beat the Rangers and maybe take 3 out of 4, we're also helping them, because I don't think Washington – is throwing out the best teams they've ever had before. Again, they're going to be throwing out Irvin, Patrick Corbin, and the other Gray, who's not that good. So, again, Patrick Corbin sucks. We'll have to see, man. Hopefully they could do some things and help us out. But I like the fact that we got this series against Seattle. Stay tuned for the end of the show, by the way, because I made a little video that's going to be a montage for when we start our telecast. We did our telecast the other day, not for the Noble one, but on the 9th with Friday, the watch party. And we're planning on getting a couple more of those going, me, Dominique, and Fernando. And that one went off without a hitch. That one was really good. Listening to it without, because I wanted to see how, or hear it instead of watching it. And I was listening to it at work today or the other day. I was like, damn, that sounded pretty good. Like we kept up with the game. The comments were fluid. Everything was good. So, we'll let you guys know exactly the next game we're going to be doing that with. It's either going to be like an Apple game or maybe like a Monday or Tuesday night game, when everyone's home, basically. So, sorry for again coming on late. You usually don't do Sundays anymore because it's like a family day. But the family's pretty tuckered out, and then I was kind of bored, so they were like, hey, why don't you just go do your post game? And I'm like, yeah, only 4.5 hours late. It's all good. But anyway, let's start off with Ezra Hayes saying, go Angels. Fabio says, hell yeah, baby. 2 series in a row, 6-1 in the last 7 games. Landon says, Angels fucking killed the Mariners. I really wish they would have took care of them on Saturday, though. That would have been better. Grillmaster says, I'll remember to use the 714 tickets if I go to the tailgate. Yes, please call them. Do not use the app. You could use the app for any other game, any other ticket, whatever, but call them for the Heedy special for the tailgate for sure. Bounce back win, Ezra says. Also, I had to ask yesterday, who was Brian Wu? I guess he was saying Wu because his team won. This guy. Grillmaster also says, hey, Nevin, did you see how far I hit the ball? Can I get a high five right now, Thice? And that was Thice saying that to Nevin. Just like when he was with the Angels briefly, Mike was billed for tough. Anna checks in. Nice to meet you the other day as well. Grillmaster's girlfriend. She's a sweetheart. She says, that's a series win. Got it done. Neto was awesome. And glad to meet you, Todd, finally. Yes, exactly. At least Beast Wars, Landon, I guess, is checking out the Transformers movie. Anna also says, I'm worried about all the momentum we've gained going to Texas. Anderson scares me starting tomorrow versus a strong Dane Dunning. Yes, that is going to be a tough one tomorrow. But again, much like they're going to have to pressure a guy like Castillo, not let him get into form because, again, it was weird. The 2 games that I thought the Angels would struggle against the Mariners because of Castillo and Gilbert, you have to jump on those aces quickly. You can't let them settle in like Farmer with Houston. But is Wu was the one that the rookie they couldn't hit. Go figure, like they make the rookie look like the ace and the aces look like the rookie. It didn't make any sense, but hey, a series win is a series win. Hey, Nevin, I got another hit. Can I be a permanent player? Lil Wayne says, the unsung hero of the team are Neto, Theis. Where would we be without them? Exactly. And the same thing I could say, Lil Wayne, when we had Ohapi. Ohapi was kind of carrying us there for a while. And a guy like Chris Davinsky and a couple other guys who've come through in the bullpen, those guys are unsung heroes too. I mean, again, you throw a guy out there with the bases loaded, nobody out, and say, hey, do your thing. Try to get an out. Try to limit the damage. I bet you that's what was said. When you're telling a pitcher like that, hey, you know what? We're putting you in this, I know it's fucked up situation, but just do it the best you can. And you walk out of there allowing just one run, and sometimes some of these Angels pitchers, including Davinsky, have gotten out with nothing. You better believe they get the high fives and the respect of all the other players back there. Hell yeah, they should wear the goddamn Kabuto dragon hat. They should. They deserve it. I think that's as good as a home run. You shut them down after the other pitcher left the bases loaded, left you in a jam. Hell yeah, you deserve that. The bat boy should be right there to put that helmet right on your head. The ninth inning was Nevin's chance to use our boy Loop. I agree right there, Landon. He should have. Let's see. Also, Chris Davinsky is amazing. We need to go 6-1 this week. And by the way, let me do real quick the awards. I almost overshot that right there. Let's get to the Stamos Award real quick. The best player on the field by far, Zach Neto. Zach Neto, again, came through again, reaching on a couple errors, getting on base, creating problems, got the bunt down. Yeah, he probably should have been out, but the air, he still got on, scored a couple runs, hit a couple home runs. The guy's everywhere. This is not going to be the last time he hits a multi-home run game in his career. This guy is your future leader. He is the leader in the clubhouse one day for either when Trout retires or Ohtani leaves or whatever. These guys coming through the system now are your leaders of this clubhouse. And I love this dude. I think he's going to be around for a long time, and his defense is so good. Love Zach Neto. Love me some Zach Neto. Let's get into the nacho night.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
Bro, Julio Rodriguez was touted as one of the biggest up-and-coming superstars of 2023. They said if you saw him in 2022, he's just got the tip of the iceberg. And our old GM, Jerry DiPoto, said, you know what? I know he's going to be the next big superstar. He signed him to a team-friendly multi-year deal. And when I say team-friendly, it's not one of these outrageous $300-400 million contracts. He got him for something, I think, under $200 million. I might be wrong on that. Grillmaster will probably correct me. But he signed him to a good, healthy contract way before he had to, when you still have a lot of years of club control under him, right? So my thing was, it's a little bit too early, but I could see why he did it, because he's a superstar. However, don't count your chickens before they hatch. There is this thing called a sophomore slump, and I think that's what Rodriguez is in. He gets the nachos tonight. He goes 0 for 5. And on the telecast, they said if Rodriguez has a guy on and he hits a ground ball, he is very, very hard to double up. He's like a Mike Trout, a Shohei Ohtani. You have to hit it just perfectly to get him to hit into a double play, just once. And this dude hit into 2 double plays tonight, left a lot of guys on base, and struck out. Again, he had a miserable series for Seattle, and I'm glad to see it. But, man, he deserved those big heaping nachos. Not a good series for your boy Julio Rodriguez. Eddie Perez says we need to go 6-1 this week. And, yes, those Kansas City Royals, let's just say the Angels go in there and take 3 out of 4 from Texas. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what if it does? You cannot have a letdown against the Kansas City Royals. Again, you're going to be playing 2 games in Kansas City in the daytime, and they're used to playing day games on a regular basis. We're usually not. We usually do those on getaway games on Sundays, much like today. Another thing about that series in Texas is Mike Trout's already been confirmed to have 1 day off. Now, again, they're saying because of the AstroTurf, he needs a day off. I say DH his ass because, again, it's a catch-22. He's been struggling, but he's still in there, and we still have the hope that what if he just breaks out against Texas? Do you sit him? Well, it looks like Nevin's going to wind up doing that. He's already confirmed that he's only going to play 3 out of 4 games for your Angels in Texas. So that's not a good sign moving forward. I'd much rather have him rest against the Royals. Astros have the day off tomorrow and face Sony's Washington Nationals. Yes, we went over that. Big 20, what's up, my man? Tyler Anderson needs to be good. Also, the offense needs to score a fuck ton of runs, Grillmaster says. Also, Julio hitting 2 double plays gave him emotional damage. Wait, I think I've heard that before somewhere. Where is that? As I'm looking it up right now, I'm super late. I had it. It gives us
emotional damage.
Or he does anyway. Let's see. Anderson needs to keep his pitches down in the zone, nothing like in the middle of the plate. Exactly, because, again, like him and Sandoval don't have those fastballs that can blow you away. So they rely on placement, and if you don't have the placement, damn. It's the Aces show on Thursday with Ohtani versus Eovaldi. Okay. Johnny B. Good says, if we lost to the zombie-looking dude Heaney, I'm going to pull my hair out like Homer Simpson. At least you got that problem where you can pull it out. Let's see. Also, Anna says Ohtani needs to throw less sweepers and keep the ball away from the middle of the plate. If you're going to throw a sweeper, throw it on the outside part of the plate. So I see the ball in the air that Trout hit. How could I react? And what does this mean for my career, Andrew Heaney? Alex says, wish I could have been there at Noble last night. It's all good. We'll do it again. Greg says, more good news. Another of our wild card competitors lost today. Red Sox beat the Yankees 3-2. That's good. Ezra says, I was at the game Friday night. The bats were looking lively against Castillo. But then what happened against the rookie? That's the problem. Now the Jays are playing the O's. That makes it even more important to win and catch both of our opponents in the wild card that are ahead of us. One team we gain ground on, and the other one stays put. So you got to pick your poison. Hopefully either Baltimore beats Toronto or Toronto beats Baltimore. Either way. Of course they suck at all the games I went to last night. Grillmaster says, Little Wayne says, Trout's not a leader now. Ohapi and Neto have shown more leadership abilities as rookies. They have. Just the way that Ohapi, the small sample size that we had of him, and he walked in there and he took control of those pitchers. And he went in there and he knew when to talk to the pitchers, knew when to go out there and call timeout. He looked like a veteran throwing out runners. He's just a smart player. And that's no shade on Theis because of the way he's played. You know, we goof around with him and but for the most part, he's a hell of a player too. He's turned it around.
I'm so wasted.
Even though he's wasted, he still does his job. Let's see. Also, Trout's not a leader. Oh, I already got that one. Alex says, I'm with you when it comes to the Rangers eventually falling off. And it will happen, Alex. It will happen. Yes, I will, Todd. I'll correct you. The teams at Julio's deal are complicated because of all the incentives laced in the deal. The minimal deal, if no incentives are used, is 8 years, 210. Okay, so yeah, it was over 200 million. So you're right there, Grill. Appreciate that. I thought it was somewhere close or just under 2, to be honest. I didn't know about the incentives. I just knew he signed a pretty good max deal for a guy who has a lot of club options. You know, offer him that deal when he's got like a year or 2 left. Don't do it now when he's still got like 4 years of control. That didn't make no sense. Let's see. I don't know what the max money deal would be in the contract. That's okay. That's good enough right there, Grill. Give me some good breaking news. I'll take that any day. I also learned that Rendon is getting less off days in the future. We'll see about that. Big 20 says, I need to tell you about this weekend, and yeah. Let's see, what the fuck? What the hell are you doing out on a Sunday? Steve Lee's finally smartened up and ditched your ass. Ha, ha, ha. No. Actually, I got a, what is it called? I got a hall pass to do this show tonight because we really didn't have nothing to do, so there you go. Also, here to talk about feet tonight. Shut up. And that is a very, very, very warranting of a.
How dare you?
Trotter here says, I love the Nacho intro song. Where did you find it? That was Randy. Randy got that one. I didn't even know there was a Nacho song, and he found it and put it together with that, and it's like brilliant. The only thing I was going to ask Randy is if we can adjust that to maybe some Nevin philosophy, giving out some nachos, or find someone else. Maybe just do a Roger, or something, because everything else is perfect with corporate nachos too, but I have a feeling that we don't talk about Paul Sorrento enough anymore, so we're going to have to get someone else, either the Bat Boy or Phil Nevin or someone that like the fans really are not too thrilled about, and have him hand out the nachos on a nightly basis. I don't know. That's up to Randy, but that's just an idea right there. I'd be kicking around. Let's see. Let's fucking kill Texas. Landon says, Grillmaster says on Julio's deal, it would be a 12 to 14 year deal if incentives are used. God damn. So he's a Mariner for life right there, I guess. But if we go into, oh yeah, too bad Brett Phillips is gone. That's a good one. Brett Phillips would have been the dude. Going into Texas though, we have to go streaking.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
Yeah, right now my voice is a little beat up, but I think Grillmaster, I will bring back some Todd Lodge, and actually, the Todd Lodge works really good when I'm in costume. For some reason, when I'm doing the Halo honk, my throat doesn't bother me too much, so I'll be talking like that the entire time. And when I got to the car after that last game, I went as the Halo honk. I was in the car still talking to James. I was talking to James, and I was talking like that the entire time. And he's like, Steve Elise was like, hey, you could stop talking like that. I'm like, oh yeah. I got so caught up in the freaking character, I just kept it going. Johnny says, to be honest, I think we're one major bat away from a complete solid team. Maybe Adele. He looked real good, or maybe through a trade. Thoughts? Well, Johnny, we only got one game of him. And some people say, okay, well, he hit a home run. He didn't do too much later in the game. I think he got a hit. He might have been 2 for 4 or something like that. He had a strikeout and a ground out and stuff like that. But the game you saw him playing, he played as good as he's played in a long time. But you need more of a sample size of him up here before you start saying, oh, I'm going to keep him up here, or he's the missing piece. Because Renfroe just came back and they sent his ass down. I think he's a trade player. They're gonna wind up getting rid of him. What I look at is Trey Cabbage to get his shot at some point this year, likely August or September, or if we have another injury. Because if you look at the outfield situation, you got Mike Trout, you got Mickey Moniak, and you got Taylor Ward and Hunter Renfroe. 3 of those 4 hitters are right-handers. If you can clear a spot and be comfortable with, like, if they were to maybe, let's just say they were able to trade Renifo. Yeah, you lose an infielder, but you can always call it Fletcher. You got Neto, you got Drury, you got Urshela, you got Rendon. Your infield's already locked up without Renifo. But let's just say Renifo's gone, that clears up a spot, and you want a 5th outfielder. Getting Trey Cabbage would be another lefty to go along with Moniak. But here's the thing. Philosophy doesn't want to give an opportunity to Moniak to go against lefties. I think you need to see what the kid's got. Give him a chance, because at worst, if he's not picking up the pitches and those sliders and sweepers they're trying to get him to chase, then why don't you okay, I was once told this by a left-handed hitter. I'm not a left-handed hitter. I'm a right-handed hitter. But I was told by a left-handed hitter, if you ever want to drop down a bunt and a sweeper or a slider away is coming from a left-hander, if you know that or are guessing right, the perfect bunt to lay down is a sweeper or a slider off the other side of the plate, against a left-handed hitter, because you can lean into it and already start your jog. Sort of just put the bat on it, and it's going to go to the third base side. And these guys still like to half shift. You can't shift anymore, but you can half shift and put a guy, the third baseman, at shortstop, and basically you can have the shortstop a foot off second base. But if you do the bunt like that, sort of like how Shohei Ohtani just swiped at the bat or swiped at the ball and put it to the left field yesterday, you could do or the day before, you could do something similar like that. Just swing away a little bit to try to put the ball the other way. But Moniak's never given that opportunity, and even then, I still think he could tattoo. It's a left-handed pitcher. Give him an opportunity. We don't know. And you have a guy who can be hot. Well, we don't know because you won't start him. So the reason why I bring that up is it would make sense if they got off of that philosophy and gave Moniak an opportunity. And let's just say Ward's struggling again or Renfro's struggling again, and maybe you want to trade Renfro because you know he's not going to be back next year. And then you could bring up Trey Cabbage, and what if Trey Cabbage starts to hit his weight? Well, then there you go. You don't need one of those crafty veterans out there. You have a righty-lefty combination in the outfield. So you can mix and match truly do philosophy. I'm trying to help philosophy, even though I hate it, but it just gives you more options as a manager. So we'll see. I really, really hope that, we can get what we can for Adele back, a decent package. And I wish the best to him. I was shocked they brought him up for just the one trial. I would love for him to be here again. I've said it, but I think he's going to get his best opportunity with another team. I'm just saying. Playing the Rangers will be a Texas-sized task. 3-4 against Texas. I'm calling it. I like that, Randy. Watch our only loss against the Rangers will be to Heaney. That'll be like a catch-22. We'll be happy. We'll be like, yeah, we won. We'll be like, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, but our only loss was to Andrew Heaney. Also, so where are the A's fans now? They are on a winning streak. 5 games in a row. 5 games in a row. Yes, that is definitely.
Wow, winning.
Also, not just a pattern. It's been just happening right now. The box score says, man, sugar-free good has my ass sounding like a ToddFox soundboard during the Grill Master call. Jeez. Also, checking in right here is the chair. I remember, haha, and hi, everybody. Let's see. Also, prediction, Ward plays and Moniak sits tomorrow. James! Also, Nevin does not use Wallach this series. He's got to use him at least once. Let's see. Also, the chair says Maldonado was the last real clubhouse leader, but he wanted to stop being a loser here, so he just had to be honest. Also, let's see. I'll take a loss to Dickhead Heaney if it means 3 out of 4. I would too. Todd, I missed the game today. Can I have a 1-sentence summary of the goods and bads today? Okay, Brian. Well, here's the 1-sentence good. Your future captain, Zach Neto, had 2 home runs. The first of many multi-hit home runs. Long sentence, but there's one. And the bad. There wasn't too much bad out of this one. The bad is they couldn't do this to Wu last night. They got 2 out of 3 and they did the job. I think that was about it. Trotter here says, not sure about the contact, but since the Brewers are done, what if we could would you get Yelich? No, because Yelich is a big contract. There's other players I would maybe take a shot at if they're willing to. There's something wrong with the Brewers. And I think it went back to what their contract status with their starting pitching. There's something wrong there. That team has too much talent to not only be losing to the damn Oakland A's, but just losing in general. I mean, if you look at this team, they're 34-32. The Pittsburgh Pirates should be in 3rd place right now. They should be a team that's okay. You've had a nice little start to your season. You're not that good, but they're 34-30 and 1 game up in 1st place. That's kind of weird. Milwaukee's a game out. Cincinnati, for as bad as they started, those young, talented players are starting to turn them around. They are only 4 games out. Chicago Cubs and St. Louis Cardinals, who are usually 1-2 in that division, or around Milwaukee anyway, they're in dead last. Both those teams are suffering 9 games under, but they're not out of it. The Cubs are 6.5 out. So if they were to go on a run, look, in baseball, you have the haves and have-nots. The American League, the National League East is pretty darn good, competitive. But they have the Mets, who have just been a disappointment. Philly's been a disappointment, but they're decent teams. They got a lot of star power. Miami's been a shocker. The Atlanta Braves are one of the best teams in baseball. In the NL West, you got the Arizona Diamondbacks tied for best record. Who would have saw that coming? They're 3.5 games up on the Dodgers, who are still 8 games up. The Padres are starting to try to come back there in that division. Giants are a game over. So if you look at the West and East, they're pretty good. If you look at the West here for the American League, you got the best record second best record, Texas Rangers. You got the Houston Astros. You can kind of put us in that picture. We're 36-31. I think Seattle's etched themselves out of it after this series. They're 31-33. Then you look over at the Central, and the Central blows chunks. The Minnesota Twins are 33-33 and in first place. If the Angels were in that division right now, we'd be 3 games up on the Twins. Then you have the Ohio shitfucks, who are a game and a half out, 3 games under. You have the White Sox with all sorts of turmoil, ownership problems. They're only 4 games out. Detroit got their ass swept. They're only 5 games out. And they've lost 9 games in a row. That division sucks ass. But then you look at the American League East. Best record in the league, Tampa Bay Rays. Second best record in the league, Baltimore Orioles. The pretty damn good Yankees, 9 games over 500, 9.5 games out. 7 games over 500, Toronto. They're 10.5 games out. So in both leagues, my point being, the AL Central and NL Central suck ass. Everyone else is good. So that's what I should have said from the start. But I wanted to just give you an idea of what the divisions look like already into the season. But no, long story short, I would not go after Yelich right now. No. That's 2 years in a row Yelich has been hitting poor for the Brewers, and I'll pull up his stats real quick as far as a player, what he's done. Because I'm again like Christian Yelich. There's guys that I would take a shot at on this team, but not Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns is a guy who's had all kinds of issues with the organization. This year he's 5-4 with a 3.36 ERA. I think I would take definitely a shot at Corbin Burns if Milwaukee wanted to be a seller. But as long as you're flirting with that what is it called, the first place or the division, they're not going to get rid of him. But if they fall out of it completely, hell yeah. I would look at. Even though I know they wouldn't give up on him, but Willie Adames is a good player I like. His average isn't really there, but he could do some things, I think, in a better lineup. He would be a low risk type dude. We wouldn't have to get up too much to get him. If we had outfielder issues, I would even take a shot at a couple of their outfielders. But for the most part, if you look at Christian Yelich's numbers right now, no bueno. Let's see the last. Let's see his career right here. Okay, so we all know about his great year he had with Miami, and then when he came over to Milwaukee in 2019 and 2018, hot years. But 2020 he had 12 home runs and 46 RBIs. Obviously, COVID, that season didn't count. 2021 only 9 home runs and 21 RBIs, 248 average. And then in 2022, he only had a 252 average, and he hit only 14 home runs, but 57 RBIs. And then this year so far, 8 home runs and 26 RBIs to a 258 ERA, or average. I wouldn't take a shot on him. And that contract is another killer. I would not go for that one. Let's see. Neto just getting that Hall of Fame career started. I think so, but he's going to be a good player. I definitely think that. It's a Corbin Burns curse. They fucked the dude over. He's leaving now. They feel they got the bad juju. I agree, Box Score. Let's see. Johnny says, I know that Vegas A's won't trade him, but man, if we can somehow get Ruiz from them, that dude is super clutch. He'll never come over unless there was a 3-team trade or Texas pulled that shit with us when we got the Vernon Wells for Napoli, and then they quickly traded with Toronto to get Napoli out of Toronto. So that would be the only way it would work. Like the A's would have to trade him to another team, and then we'd have to call him right after and be like, hey, we can offer you something better for that player. So The Brewers drinking too many brews before games. Oh my God, that was a Grill Master joke, man. That was not very good. Grill Master will be proud, but no. Let's see. The chair says, heard the game and couldn't believe Neto homered twice. They were saying that he times the pitch with a front foot planted down and drives the swing. I mean, a lot of us have been critical, including myself. It's like, I wish he wouldn't do that, such a high leg kick, but I don't think he'll be a home run hitter in his career, like a 30 home run guy. But I do believe he'll be like a 20, 25 type dude and probably knock in 80 to 90, maybe even 100 RBIs in a few years, because this dude has just got a knack for getting those big hits and also just getting on base, working walks. And when he strikes out, he barely strikes out. You know, he's not chasing all the time. He's a smart player. How drunk did I get yesterday? Chair, I had about 8 beers. So I was floating on air a little bit, but I wasn't drunk. Go after Devin Williams. He'd be a solid bullpen. Oh, my God. Yeah, you put him in with already the pitchers we have, Alex. Wow, forget it. The Diocese actually pretty damn close. We still got a chance if we can keep it up. Oh, well, yeah, the games. The division. You said Diocese, or it looked like Diocese. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Let's see. Also, if Cleveland sells, trade for baby Shane Bieber. That's another guy that Box Score wants. And I would love to see him here. Sucks about Adele. Just trade him already, Chair says. And also get better get Burns as well. Otani, Burns, Bieber, Canning, Jaime. Fuck yeah, that's a winning combination. Also, let's see. Grillmaster also says we should seriously trade and get Lorenzen back from not just because he's from Cal State Fullerton. It's your boy says ever since he broke his shin off the foul ball in 2019, he's never been the same, to be honest. Poor Yelich, bro, was almost a 2-time MVP. He was good. He was really good. Neto is an absolute stud. I totally agree, Eric. That dude is just something. Like I said last night and the night before, and a lot of people have been starting to see it, the way he interacts with the other players, the way he just he calls off Trout. Let that set in for a minute. How many other future Hall of Famers would let a young rook, barely with his feet wet in his first season, call him off and not even be mad at him? Like, hey, good play, rook. He's already been a leader. Like, we had this talk about shortstops. Who are the best shortstops for the Angels? And, you know, Fernando likes Simmons. I kind of like Cabrera, but I'm, you know, the first real good shortstop I saw was Gary DiSarcina, you know, all-time Angel. I think when the book is done on Neto, he'll be the greatest shortstop the Angels have ever had. And it's saying something just in his first season. I could be wrong. He could fall off next year. But I don't think he is, dude. I think he's got the mental capacity. He's got the other night when he's talking to Benji has so much knowledge. And Benji was just like giving him tips, had his arm around him, and Neto was looking at him like that was his father, just soaking it in, because the popular opinion on Rendon is he doesn't give a shit. And maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. But in Neto, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I might be, you know, honking the Neto honk a lot, and you guys are like, man, get off that dude's jock. But I'm saying it from what I see, that he soaks up the knowledge that Benji was spewing to him. And that you can tell when we interviewed him, when you see him on the field, he loves the game. He absolutely loves the game. He wants to be out there. I mean, this is the same guy that fouled the ball off his toe, and we were all thinking, because the rest of the players on this team are mostly soft, oh, Neto's going to be out a game or two. He was right back in there the next day. Right back in there. And he only was taken out because Nevin wanted to be cautious. Not because Neto wanted to be cautious, but Nevin wanted to be cautious. I'm telling you, this guy is going to be really, really good. And you're probably like, oh, well, that's a genius thing to say. We can all tell that. Well, that's even better. Because if I'm not the only one that thinks this dude is going to be a stud or going to be the future captain of this team, then I'm not the only one with blinders on thinking that this guy's the best guy and I'm the only guy honking my honk. If we're all honking our honks for this guy, that's even better. Just saying. Good win today, but I know Anderson is going to get killed tomorrow and we'll be jamming to Savage Garden. Now, you brought that up. I found, all right, you know the guy who does, well, you don't know the guy, but I pulled up a guy who does our Build Me Up Buttercup so that we don't get a copyright. So when I play it, it's just a guy doing the cover of a Build Me Up Buttercup song. It's basically this one. It's a hefty dude, but he sings it really good.
Why do you build me up?
Not a bad voice, right? For the Buttercup. I found that he does the Savage Garden song. So why don't you guys take a second here and enjoy the Savage Garden Truly, Madly, Deeply cover. Because I have a feeling if we have a game like described there and we might lose in the comments, well, might have to play this song.
I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I love you more with every breath, truly, madly, deeply do. I will be strong, I will be faithful, 'cause I'm counting on a new beginning.
He even hits the post. He's like, even on a new beginning. I was like, man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, and he's just rocking out to his little acoustic guitar. So not bad. So if you're looking for some Savage Garden, I can't play the one from the actual band. I'm gonna play that dude's acoustic. So if you're still down for the Savage Garden, then you'll get the if you're still down for the Savage Garden, you'll get the Savage Garden. So there you go. You just won't get the actual. You'll get the what's it called, the Dollar Tree version, but it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. What's Devon White doing nowadays? Devon White doing nowadays? I have no idea. Let's see. That's a Eric Ward says good win today, but you already read that one. My bad. Lorenzen is cold Prada now. Sean says I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy, I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, I'll be your everything you need. Sean, I hate you. I love it. 2 more outs and we're going streaking, or 2 more games. So I'm hoping you guys like that right there. The song. Also, Team Store needs Neto gear. That's got to come soon. Rendon does give a shit. He just doesn't suck to the media. Well, what media, though? There is softball questions. ToddFox on the Neto honk tonight. Grillmaster says Rendon went on. Oh, jeez. The box score says, moreover, Todd, let me move over, Todd. Let me get a taste of that Neto honk. Oh, you want a taste of that Neto honk? Well, let's share it. There's enough for everybody. Eric says Neto has fire and mad skills. This kid is only 22, and you could see the maturity, especially at the plate. His discipline was one of the first things I noticed on him. See, everyone sees a little bit a different, characteristic of this kid, and I think that's what we're robbed of. I think Randy said it best. The box score said it best when Ohapi got injured and we got that terrible news that he's out. He may not come back this year, or he might come back in September. But he said it best, I think. He said we got robbed of seeing this kid's potential in his breakout year. And we're hoping that if it's not this year, it's next year. But imagine we have, Neto and this dude going at the same time, along with Moniak, when Nevin allows him to play. I mean, that's awesome, dude. And Theis is actually coming through it. I mean, I know he's not a young kid anymore. He's technically a veteran, but he's been through the minor league system like a kid. It's like, that's the kind of influx that, like, leadership and core players together. Imagine these guys playing together for years. I mean, that's awesome. It's great to think about. Neto's performance this season makes Logan Ohapi's. Yes, that's just what I was talking about. How was Dick Schofield do at shortstop for the Angels? Dick Schofield was not bad. I liked him. He had occasional power, but still. I need a Neto, Ohapi, and Moniak jersey ASAP. Those got to be coming fast. That's what she said. Also, Todd said he pulled up a guy. What was he going down there for? Hey, shut up. I wasn't looking for his. I wasn't, okay? But now that we have that song, we're all winning.
Wow, winning.
There's no copyright on a cover, so I didn't want a copyright. This is so Pride Month. Now I need the original. I can't play the original. I could just do the whole shoulder thing like the dude in the video. Todd, play the Ohio Rocks in honor of Houston losing to them. Well, I could play that one too because that one's not a copyrighted song either. What is it? The Cleveland Rocks one, even though it's not the what is it? It's not the version that because we can't call them that anymore, because they took all the fun out of that team being anywhere cool. Well, let's see. I'm gonna play it right now. Hold on a second. Oh, here we go. Nope. Damn, this is a long ass intro. There we go. No, I can't even hear this version. This version's too low.
All this energy calling me back where it.
Now let's just fast forward to the part where he tells you what the team's really named of now. Wait for it. He's going to tell you, it's the Ohio shit fucks. Ohio. That's all that matters, really. They lost the whole Cleveland thing. Fuck Cleveland. Let's see. Until they bring back the Indians, they can fuck off. Angela Rios says, Davinsky is awesome. Yes, we talked about that earlier. 8th hold of the year. Again, you're given the bases loaded, and Nevin's like, hey, just try to minimize the damage. And he did. And he just allowed a sacrifice fly. That's it. And usually, Davinsky doesn't allow nothing. So he still pitched a really, really good inning tonight. He was definitely one of the heroes of tonight. The chair says, I hear the 3 hits Savage Garden has on Sirius XM and quickly change it. Tommy Chin says, when is the next live game? Hopefully soon. We were talking about the Dodgers possibly, one of the Monday or Tuesday games, doing a live and talking a lot of shit about the Dodgers moving forward. So we might do it then, or we might do a live show one of these games here coming up, possibly Kansas City or the series after. I don't know. But Fernando's really pumped. We want to do another one on that as well. Let's see. Also, our young guys are freaking good. I love that box score. That team the team is coming together. Crazy when I found out that Theis was drafted in high. He was drafted high because he was old.
I'm so wasted.
Sean says, I'm starting to come around with Nevin. He doesn't give up his players even though they struggle at sometimes. Yeah, but you got to, there's good with the bad. He lets Ward play it out, but then you're also hampering Moniak. I think he got hampered enough in Philly. Matt has some nice thighs being behind the plate. Listen, Anna, you're a good-looking woman, but his jokes are rubbing off on you, meaning, Grill Master. That deserves your first drum roll. Oh my God, so loud, laugh my ass off. Sean says we see the last season where players would give up because they didn't believe in Madden. At least they believe in Nevin. Well, there you go. That is true. Hayes says play California Freaks by Vernon Brown. I'll have to look that one up. And again, I don't want to get hit with a strike or something close. Hanky Panky Card says, looking forward to the Squid jersey retirement ceremony at the Big A. Anyone else going to dress like Squid on that day? No, I'm out. Drew Carey was funny when he was fat. Now he's lame. California Freaks should be the new song. Also, Nope Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's see. Chad got walloped. That's another Grill Master joke. We're dressing like Squid this week. It's annual thing to do. Oh my God. Rendon sucks. AKA Steve Elise. Let's see. Also, of course, Grill Master appreciates Landon's joke. Sandoval sucks. Grill Master. Let's see. We play the Dodgers at home on Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, night and the week after on the road trip. Yeah, right before the freaking All-Star break. Wallach is beautiful. Chad Wallach's baseball. Jeez. Todd just hit an Anna. No. Let's see. Eric Ward says Madden smoked too much weed and got hokey pokey. Players can see through that shit. Yeah, he was always wasted, and he did a lot of stupid shit.
Oh, gnarly.
That was him, basically. Playing the Dodgers, I won't go to that game so I don't get shot by those bastards. Well, I mean, at least if you're at Anaheim Stadium, they have metal detectors because it was funny back in the day, and I know some of you Angel fans will remember, they really wouldn't push the metal detectors unless 3 teams came to town. And one was the Yankees, one was the Red Sox, and one was the Dodgers. It was always the Dodgers. Whether it was exhibition, whether it was preseason, regular season, it was always the Dodgers. Nick House says, I think Ward is starting to warm up. Second homer in 3 days. Good to see production from him and Moniak in this series. Exactly. Moniak's home run was the game winner the other day. You need 1,000 Squiddy Poos just to make one Neto. Yeah. That is going to be something to talk about again, because as Neto's career continues to go, let's see. Oh, Sapphire's EQ. Okay, what's up, EQ? Long time no see in here. Oh, you've popped in a few times. That dude's gotten a lot of work too, to where it's like, oh man, he can't. Some people, you know, their either lifestyles have changed or freaking careers have changed. So they're not on as much as they used to, because we sure as hell lost our boy from Seattle. One time they didn't even check me, just walked right through there. Could have snuck a bottle or a couple blunts. Exactly. They really started checking you when those teams came to town. The box score says, did Nevin really tell the ump you didn't see that shit because you're 4'8"? Well, that's my manager. Well, you know what? The thing was, that was an epic meltdown. If you ever want to see a real good manager from the 90s, and I know the box score will probably pull this up too, Nevin had a rant like Lloyd McClendon. Lloyd McClendon was the manager for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates under him were very, very mediocre. It was before they had their run with McCutcheon and everything. Very, very mediocre team. And he had some epic, and I mean epic, meltdowns against the umpires. Just look up Lloyd McClendon and umpires. Man, that's what Nevin's rant was, because he would do shit like point at the corners or kick the dirt and be like, it was right fucking here. How did you not miss it? And just blow up, because Nevin, you could see whatever that was, whether it's a cyst, whether it's a vein, whatever the hell that shit was on the side of his cheek by his ear, that thing was blowing up. That thing was pussing out. So you knew he was heated. And that was really cool to see, man, because we miss those kind of things with replay nowadays. You know, with replay, there's not too many arguments by umpires and managers because, well, oftentimes if the manager doesn't agree with a call, he goes right to the replay and either he's right or wrong. And that's it. But, you know, every now and then you'll get a freaking epic rant, and that was an epic rant right there for sure. Landon says Ward got tailored by the ball. Oh, my God. You need to stop too. You guys are all catching on. You're catching the fungus from Grillmaster.
How dare you?
You're causing this chat
Emotional damage.
Let's see. Yeah, he grabbed the dirt, exactly. Also, I just checked in. Who got the Stamos tonight? Nick. Nick House. The Stamos went to Zach Neto, 2 home runs. Also forced that bunt into an air. He played awesome defense again. So, again, your leader right there. And then Rodriguez for your Seattle Mariners went 0 for 5, 2 double plays for a guy who doesn't hit into double plays. Bleacher seats at Dodger Stadium should be reserved for felons only. That should be the orange section, literally. Sapphire says, I love Squiddy Poo to be the guy who warms up people towels to warm up their spot on the bench. He would be a good bat boy. I think so. The chair says that was 2001 where he took the base and threw it into the tunnel. Yes. Okay. And that there's other ones too that the Lloyd McClendon's done, but I think that was one of the most epic ones. The chair pulls that one up. Damn, it was over 20 years ago. I forget what base. It might have been second base, but he took the base, was pointing at it, and was saying, my guy was safe. How could you miss it? It was way before replay. And when the umpires were telling him, hey, put the base down, he just walked it. He held it like a football and carried it into the dugout. That was freaking awesome. They had to wait for the grounds crew to come out with a replacement base. That was freaking awesome. Legendary Lloyd, Eric Ward says, I want Squiddy Poo to be the water boy. Fuck it. I'm agreeing with that. Jesus checks in with Light That Baby Up. Todd Fox and Neto is the GOAT, heating up, and he is way better than the other Angels shortstops they had, like Squiddy Poo. So, yes, Jesus never believed in Squiddy Poo. He hated him last year, and I'm with you on that one, Jesus. And, yes, Zach Neto is the man. Also, let's see. Todd Fox, do you think Mike likes eating trout? It's just catching on, dude. And we're not winning right now.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Please stop with those jokes. They're bad. They're terrible. Zach Neto is going to be better than Andrelton Simmons. I believe so, too. Box Score says the Lloyd meltdown is the GOAT of meltdowns. He is. He is awesome. Todd is a Suarez hunk. I am. I'm still hoping for him to be the reclamation project I thought he was. I like when managers eject all the umpires. Yeah, they throw their hands and like, get the fuck out of here. Also, Lloyd would carry first base to the dugout after an argument for Lou Piniella. Also, Eric says, I think Nevin actually shit. Hold on, we're not taking phone calls yet. I think Nevin actually shit his pants last night. There was full loss of body functions. Yeah, that bro was off, dude. Growmaster is a fucking... Yes, the figures rain. Oh, my God. Here we go. Let's go. Zach, how dare you, Grill Master? To me?
How dare you?
Julio now has 8 or 9 double plays this year. That's crazy. For some reason, the Angels play good when it's sunny and on a Sunday. Well, it was actually not sunny today. It was very cloudy. It's been cloudy all month. Let's see. Also, Nevin really feels for his play. How dare you slander Squid, the son of a bitch. Remember when, laugh out loud, he threw the base into short right field? That was great. Todd Fox, do you think the Angels will draft another shortstop or draft a starting pitcher? If there's a shortstop or a catcher, you always go for those first because you never know when you're going to need them, and they're always at a premium. But then, yes, you would go to a starting pitcher if the dude was a can't-miss pitcher. Because I do know they have a lot of pitchers right now. Can't stand the freaking Mariners. I don't understand how a team can be so cocky when they suck. Fuck the Mariners and Jesse Wanker, a.k.a. Wanker Spanker. And fuck Leaf, too. Leaf hasn't been around in quite some time. Let's see. Q says, why not send down Loop? Well, Loop has no options. So it's either keep him or get rid of him. Bring up that dude Ty and bring down Loop. I hate Wanker. All right, now you guys can call in. We'll take just a couple phone calls, 714-598-3221. And then, like I said, stick around for the end. I made a little thing that we're going to do for an intro for our live feeds. And I don't know. It sounds pretty good. I won't get copyrighted for it. It's a Halo Honk line.
Hey, yo. This is actually a good fucking game today.
Yeah, were you there today?
Yeah.
Dude, the weather was perfect, man. Really good game. Overcast the whole time. No sun at all, man.
Ward has been tailored as a good player as of late.
This guy.
I just saw the movie on Friday.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, hell yeah. It was fucking awesome.
I didn't even know there was another one coming out. The advertising was like, I heard every other movie that was coming out, and then when they were like, oh, Transformers, I'm like, really? So, yeah.
But my only gripe, no Predacons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the only thing that shows up from them is an emblem on Scourge's shoulder, because maybe revealing a little much, but what Scourge does in the movie, he kills, like, say, like an Autobot or a Maximal or whatever, he just rips their logo off, puts it on himself.
Oh. So, what do you think about your boy Ward? Has he finally turned the corner, or are we going to still be playing with Moniak? Because I don't like them going back and forth.
Ward is turning the corner. He's starting, like, tonight. He didn't swing at fucking shitty pitches.
Mm-hmm.
He took the walk. And I was pissed when he got hit by the ball, but anything, as long as we get on base, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I am too. But he's not, to me, he's not a traditional leadoff guy. You know, Zach Neto is eventually going to be your leadoff guy at some point because he's going to be the kind of guy that's going to be, you know, putting down the bunts, sacrificing, going the other way, doing the things that the power hitters up at the top of the lineup don't want to do.
And quit honking your horn for Suarez and Squiddy Poo.
I'm not doing it for Suarez. I'm doing it, though. Well, yeah, I'm doing it for Suarez, not Squiddy Poo. So.
You talk about him enough.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. All right, well, appreciate the call, bro. I'm going to get back to the thing right here.
Ward was tailored by that ball.
And good night. This guy. All right, that leaves up leaves the line open. Hot take: has Trout peaked? I don't know, Tommy. That's I need to see if he does this next year. Maybe. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd.
What's up, my man?
Guess what? I had a blast this weekend because I had so much Shirley Temples on Friday and Saturday night.
You did?
Yeah, bro. So Friday night, after a graduation party, my friend found out my friend had an open pad, and he was throwing like a house party. Mm-hmm. And so me and my friend went to get some Shirley Temples. We went to the party, and then I was like out of it at the end of the night, but I wanted to dance with the girl, and my friends got me to dance with the girl, and I put my arm around her and like jumped up and down with her, and then I spinned her, and then I was like, fuck, I should maybe go ask her to make out or something, but I was too shy because I was like, oh, I'm already out of it. I'll hang out with my friends afterwards and like cruise with the boys. And then I did, and we went to the house, but she kicked me and my friends out, and then I just went home for the night. I'm like, fuck, I didn't get no play tonight and no bitches tonight, but I danced with them.
Okay. So now we've gotten to the I got no bitches level. So man, you're definitely moving up.
No, but I danced. And then last night I went to my friend's graduation party and I had more Shirley Temples, and same thing. I was out of it at the end of the night. But instead of dancing with one girl, I danced with two girls, and I spun them both. And I put one of them, I put my arm around, and then I was just dancing with girls all night. And then the cops shut it down because we were being too loud or something.
The cops shut it down? They still do that?
I Ubered home. Yeah. And then I Ubered home from my friend's house, and I just like went to bed, and I woke up this morning and I was fine. I wasn't feeling hungover from the past 2 days. But yeah, I danced with 3 girls this weekend and put my arms around them twice.
Wow, well, there you go. You're getting closer. You're getting closer. The next thing you know, you're going to be touching an ankle.
Or maybe even more. On my beat it last night.
All right, man. All right. I think you're just by winning right now.
I'm by winning.
Yeah, but I
win here and I win there.
I had a lot of Shirley Temples this weekend, and my B-Day bash night, I'm going to have a lot more. So maybe I'll stay sober for the next weekend and a half or something. We'll see.
Okay. Sounds good.
But I'll call in tomorrow. Hopefully we beat Texas and start another winning streak, and go Angels.
You got it.
Yeah.
We're going streaking.
All right, man.
Through the quad and into the
You have a good night.
Come on, everybody.
All right, there you go. It's our boy. He's growing up right in front of us.
Like having sex. It's a painstaking, arduous task that seems to go on and on forever, and just when you think things are going your way, nothing happens.
It's a Halo Honk line.
Good. I didn't expect that dude to grow up so fast, though. Literally just passed a year, and this dude's already dancing with girls in the Project X Mountain Dew party. Oh my!
He's like, I'm actually touching him now. I'm hugging him. You missed it last time, EQ. I think he came on and he was like, we were touching feet and everything.
Bro, isn't that your favorite?
Yeah, I was like, hey, tell me more. No, I was kidding.
Dude, this dude was talking about, oh man, I gotta get into school at 8 o'clock. Gotta do my Mountain Dew before I go. Pre-game, they party on that with Mountain Dew. Now he's at Project X parties doing thinking Mountain Dew party. What? What is this?
Yeah, now he's all up in the Shirley Temple. See, I'm a bad influence. I told him, stay away from the Mountain Dew. Get yourself into some Shirley Temples. Now he's like, he's adding extra cherries to the cup now.
So this guy's gonna have some insulin shots soon, man. It's too much fucking Shirley Temples. So it's definitely a sugar high out there, man.
Yeah, he's like, I'll take a shot of a Shirley Temple and a shot in the stomach.
Like, what else do you want? No, just a Shirley Temple. That's it. That's all I want. And if you can, add a little bit of sugar, maybe some Mountain Dew sugar, 400 milligrams of that bullshit.
Yeah, right now he's getting the McLovin treatment right now. They're saying he's McLovin.
Oh, dude. I honestly, his name is McLovin.
Yeah, it should be.
Farmer. It's McLovin, dude.
He's either got to change his YouTube name or we got to get some McLovin sound bites.
Oh, man. I'm with it. I'm down. Just tell Randy to make a fucking poster about this shit.
I know he gets so excited. We love Big 20, but man, he gets so excited and he's about ready to, he says, yeah, my B-Day, but it sounds like he's saying BJ. And I'm like, wait, what?
Dude, get a picture of McLovin and a can of Mountain Dew, a big one, a big 2-liter.
Oh, yeah.
Big one. And he's sipping with a straw, dude.
Well, when you go to those liquor stores and they have the inflatable cans, like those big ass, you can't even put your arms around them. He needs to be he needs to be one of those, around one of those big Mountain Dew cans.
With the wheelchair?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, man, that's so funny, dude.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got to stop talking.
Yeah.
Hey, so what do you think about the Rangers? How are we going to do against the Rangers?
Well, we went over the pitching matchups earlier. Dane Dunning scares me along with Evaldi. Those guys are going to be two guys that just, you got to score on them early. You can't let them get into a groove, else it's going to be a long night. And then, because that first game, throwing Anderson against Dane Dunning, who's, even when Texas was crappy, he would own us. So I'm predicting a split. I think we split with the Rangers.
I hope we beat him, and I hope we split with them. I just hope we don't get. I hope we don't lose. That's it.
Yeah, I don't want to see a Houston series.
Those guys are tough, dude.
Yeah. But who knows, man? What if we smack them in the face? They lose 3 out of 4, and then all of a sudden they suffer an injury or they go into a slump. I mean, that could be a defining moment. So that's why these division games are so much bigger now.
I mean, Verlander's out of the picture now, which is a good thing, one. But they still had a lineup, man. They got fucking Seager out there fucking killing it, dude.
Yeah.
With that one dude, that dude Tony, I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Simeon.
Yeah,
I just good right now.
Yeah, Trevor Simeon's really good. He's got over 50 RBIs. The outfielder, I forgot his name. He's like their best player. But he's got like almost 60
RBIs. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Bowman's pretty good. That catcher, he's really good.
Oh, Hine, right?
Haim.
Yeah. Haim's pretty good, dude. Like they've been building on the hitting for a while. Or it's Garcia. Garcia is the thanks, Chair. Garcia is a dude we got to watch out for. That's a tough team.
So you say split?
I say split.
You say split?
Because
man.
I mean, I would love for them to do better, but I mean, it'd be a nice surprise. But I got to see what they could do against them. Because right after this, I mean, look, let's just say we split and we stay where we're at, but we gain a game on Houston. That's still a win. They go to Toronto after that. We get Kansas City. So if Toronto can get the job done against Texas, then we could possibly gain a couple more games right there, or at least another game. So
has the Astros beaten the Rangers?
I think they've split. I'll have to look at their season series with each other. That's a good question.
Because we lost to the Astros already. What? 2 out of 3, right? Or 3 out of 4?
Yeah, let's see. To the Astros, we lost 3 out of 4, then 2 out of 3 here. Yeah, so we only won 1-1 at each other's home.
I'm sure the Rangers have played the Astros already, right?
I think so. Let's see. They've only played twice.
And they won.
The Astros won. Let's see. No, wait. Maybe that's got to be wrong. I only got it here for. Let's see. Hold on. Let me check this out. No, it's not what I'm looking for. It sent me to a site I did not want to see. Hold on. Because right now it's just showing the 2 games that they faced each other. No, I'm not pulling it up. Yeah, maybe you can get it real quick. Because it's only showing me 2 games. It can't just be played like 2 games so far.
Hold okay, so season started April 7th, right?
Yeah. Okay. They beat. Let's see. They beat Houston 2 out of 3 early in April. So it's 2 out of 3 right there. Texas had, and then they played. Damn. They have not played them since.
Wow.
Yeah. They've not played them since.
They're going to play them soon, though.
Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, they play them at the end of June, and they play them they play them at the end of July as well. So we
play Astros more than they do, basically, right?
No, they basically get them, towards the end of was it June and July? Then they get them in September. That's it. So with the balanced schedule, we just don't see division teams like we used to. So yeah.
And they beat the Yankees. The Rangers, fuck, man.
Yeah, the Rangers have beaten some pretty good teams already. So
I don't know, dude. I'm fuck, dude. I hope we fuck them up, man. I hope we do something.
Well, it's a good thing is we don't have an off date. We're just going right into the battle tomorrow. So
I love it.
Yep.
It's a 4-game series. I love it. Let's go.
I'm with it.
You're gonna be there?
What's
it's in Texas.
Yeah, it's in Texas. Yeah.
I was like, are you gonna be there in Texas? Oh, I forgot. Grandma's gonna be there, right?
I think so. No, I think Fernando's on the what is it called? He's on a road trip, so he's actually gonna miss this one. We're gonna be there in August. I know that. So, yeah. But all right, EQ, it was good catching up with you again, man. I'm gonna get back to some of these comments.
Let me know about that in July, right? You guys gonna have that.
Yeah, just get your tickets before June 25th. You got to call in to 714 tickets. They'll have it.
All right.
Yep.
Sure, brother.
You got it, bro. You got it. Later. All right, that's EQ right there. See, no, I did not go to the hub. I went on I was looking up Rangers Houston. It was just giving me tickets, not the odds. And I didn't go to Foxy Mamas online. See, Eric Ward, Matt, that shit Madden pulled last year was unforgivable. Yep. Up here's Supra. It's the Halo Honk line.
We won! Yay!
Yes.
Yes. Well, Connie had 3 hits, which is pretty cool. Taylor Ward had a solo shot. Zach Neto, he's becoming one of my favorite players. Man, that kid's very good.
Yeah, he's definitely a really good player. That we're only scraping, the tip of the iceberg with him. I think there's so much more potential and so much more that he's going to give to this team moving forward. So I'm excited.
I'm glad Perry picked him instead of like some random else guy. Man, he has that swag in him.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
and he's got.
Remember?
Go ahead.
So I think I sent you in DMs a couple of days ago, but. Yeah, Otani was pretty struggling. Just his hands were too high, and you're not gonna make much contact when your hands are so high. That's why he was like struggling, like pitches right down the middle. Like he couldn't make contact. Now his hands are lower. Yeah, he could make some more contact. We're seeing it right now.
Yeah, that was a nice little breakdown. I got sent that, and I got sent something by Dylan too, explaining that our pitching, believe it or not, is the 7th best in all of baseball. 7th. It's moved up since the bullpen changes. And then you sent me the Ohtani one where it was the different batting stances over the 3 series, right?
Yeah, the Miami one, which he sucked at. The Cubs one, I think it was the Cubs one. No, it was the Seattle one.
It was a Cubs one.
Pretty good at.
It was a Cubs in Seattle. I think Seattle was the last one you sent me.
Yeah, the first one, it was the 2021 when his swing was very clean. The swing I liked.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
No, but those are pretty good though. Like it was showing just the little differences in how much, like, if he just changes up a little, the little things, like he's going to turn back into that player we all know that he can be.
Yeah. The problem we have now is his pitching. He needs to stop hitting. He needs to stop throwing sweepers with left-handed batters. They all have a 150 average, but his slugging against lefties with his sweeper is above 400. Above 0.400, which is pretty high. So he needs to stop throwing his sweepers, and I think he should throw his splitter or sinker more. Maybe he should learn a changeup.
The thing with Ohtani is when it comes down to his sweepers, the one he threw in the World Baseball Classic to get Mike Trout was the perfect sweeper because it had little movement at the right time. It looked like a fastball in the outside corner, and it just dipped off slightly out of the strike zone and out of his bat. Beautiful pitch. The problem is if he's going to throw that pitch, he's going to he doesn't have the control and that he would on most of his other pitches. So when he throws a sweeper to a right-handed hitter, you want to do it how he did it the other night where he left it out on the outside corner and he made Rodriguez chase for it. You don't want to throw it where he threw it to Ty France, where it's starting out over the plate and then ducking to the sweet spot of the home plate for a righty. And like you said, a lefty, you can't throw it toward the inside part or the outside part of the plate versus a lefty because it's going to curve right in over the plate. And that's where, like you said, he's been getting just torched. But if he starts that sweeper on the inner part of the strike zone, it's unhittable for a left-handed hitter. They're just going to get themselves jammed or they're going to strike out.
Yeah, I think it's just not a control issue as well. He needs to stop throwing it so much. When he got lit up by Houston, I went to see how he threw last year and this year. So he had this 1 run allowed in like 6 innings or 7 innings with like 12 Ks last year against Houston. And I checked what he did then and what he did today. And on that day, during the 4 runs he gave up this year. So he threw much more fastballs, more cutters, more curveballs. He just mixed everything up. Like he didn't know what he was going to throw. This year, we know what he's going to throw because he's going to throw a sweeper, a fastball, occasional splitter, mostly sweeping and sweepers or fastballs. It's going to be obvious.
Well, that's the thing that, like, I did like what he did last year, which was when he had runners in scoring position, it seemed like he was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go with my fastball, and let's see if you can hit it. And he went after guys, and he would go from, like, a fastball that was around 96, 97, maybe 98 most of the game, and he'd ramp it into triple digits. And you wouldn't think 2 to 3 miles per hour would make a difference, but it does. And he would go after these batters with just a lot of ferocity, and it would throw them off in key situations. And then if they fouled a couple of them off and they're trying to time that fastball, then he would throw that wicked sweeper or splitter, and that'd be lights out. And I think he needs to get back to that aggressive mentality.
Yeah, he needs to trust his fastball. Like he has a pretty good fastball and 80 grade. So like it's pretty like sucks that I didn't trust it as much.
Yep, totally agree, my man.
One more one more fact. So you said, how good is the Angels bullpen in terms of WAR? Can you look that up if you can?
Wins over replacement. Let me see if that's on the thing that Dylan sent me. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick here. Now he was showing me where they were earlier in the season. They were around 25th, I believe, and now they're at 7. Let's see. Yeah, because they were at the starters ERA. Okay, he only sent me the starters ERA is 16th in the league at 4.22. The bullpen is at 3.07, seventh, or it's just under 3, and that's at 7th place. I don't have the WAR on that one, no.
So, I think it's much higher now. The Angels bullpen, but the Angels bullpen is pretty good. It should be around at least top 10 right now. For now. But for fun fact, the Angels bullpen was ranked last in WAR by Fangraphs.
Oh, okay.
Really, I was shocked, but yeah, Capera and Luke is kind of killing it. Luke is looking okay for right now, but hopefully he needs to keep it up. Hopefully he brings his 2021 form back.
That's what we're hoping for. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But all right, super. Appreciate the call, my man.
All right, man. Go Angels. I hope if we win at least one, I'll be happy from Texas.
Well, I don't give me that grill master optimism, man. I'm hoping for a worst case scenario split. So, best case scenario, I think 3 out of 4. There's no way we're freaking sweeping them. But man, if we can get out of there with a split, I'll still be happy.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Go Angels.
Go Angels.
Yeah.
It's the Halo Honk line.
Yo, what's up? It's Fabio. How you doing, Todd?
What's up, Fabio? How you doing, my man?
Yeah, you can hear me well?
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Perfect, yeah. It's gonna be short, man. Good game. I was really surprised Zach Neto hit 2 home runs, and it wasn't even like he pulled them. He fucking hit them like, I think the first one was a little bit, I don't know, I didn't see the first one, but the second one was opposite field, right?
Yeah.
Taco.
Yeah, first one he put into the bullpen, so that was pretty good.
Hell yeah. I can't wait. I just can't wait for I don't want to look ahead, but like next season, I know we might or might not have a ton, but dude, the fucking young corp of kids is really inspiring because it's like, damn, bro, this is what you need to have a complete team. You can't just have big contract names, you know. You need to have the young guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, you know, who knows, maybe one of these guys, maybe Ohapi, Neto, these guys do turn into big name guys and get those contracts later, but they're going to build a resume. And I think that's a thing that I haven't seen since about, I would want to say around 96, 97, you know, before the 2002 World Series. You were seeing the guys, like the old hats were starting to hang it up a little bit. And then you saw the youngsters like Tim Salmon, Garrett Anderson, Darren Erstad, Troy Gloss. The list went on of all these players that were starting to come through the system, and all of a sudden, like, hey man, this team's pretty. You know, they got something. All of a sudden, it's like you're like, oh, okay, if they get another piece or a piece here, this team could actually do something. You know, make some noise and get to the playoffs. And I think that's where we're at now. I think we've got this young, I mean, we still haven't seen one of the best pitchers that we drafted in Kai Bush. You know, he's finally starting to get into a mode to start pitching for, I think it's Trash Pandas or AAA. But you got, you know, Sam Bachman up here. I mean, that young bullpen, it's exciting to watch all these young kids come up together and hopefully win together.
Yeah, and also, like, I think the biggest advantage we have is our outfield depth. Probably, like, I want to say top 5 in the league for sure. Because if you have just Trout and Ward and Renfroe, they were ranked top 10, all of them, right before the season. And of course, Ward's struggling, but now you have Mickey. You didn't have Adele, who, you know, came over for one game, but the motherfucker hit a home run and shit. Like, in his first at-bat, crushed it. And he's killing in the minors and shit. So if anything, we could trade Renfroe for a pitcher, you know, make him go to a team that maybe needs an outfielder more, something like that.
if he's being outplayed by the deadline, that could be an option that Perry would look at because, again, he's most likely going to walk. But again, I would think at some point he's going to get hot again, and you're going to need to have a veteran like him, if you're going to make a playoff run. But let's just say he's not all that great, but you can still trade him, and it may or may not be an option. I mean, but I would have to say Adele would be the guy that would go. It would be sad to say, like I said, I want nothing but the best for the kid because I think he's gotten a raw deal with us a few times, but. He'll probably flourish somewhere else because someone will help him with the mental stuff. And not saying he has a problem or nothing, but just he lets the fans get to him too much. And the loss of going back down and coming up and just all that dramatic stuff. If he could fix that and someone will fix a little bit of his swing a little bit like they did with his boy in Philly, that dude's going to be a superstar somewhere else.
Yeah, and he also needs an opportunity because I feel like we're holding him back. We have too many people in front of him. So it's kind of why we got Ohapi last year because they had Real Muto and I guess a backup enough, and they're like, yeah, let's just trade this guy.
Yeah, it was a smart.
We got him for free, pretty much.
Yeah, because it was a smart trade. I mean, like Ohapi needed a spot. Moniak needed a spot. Those guys weren't. They were being held back. So there it is.
All right, my prediction before I head out.
Mm-hmm.
If we win game 1, we're going to take 3 out of 4. If we lose game 1, 2-2. That's it.
Okay, I like that. Either one's good with me. So.
Okay, brother.
All right,
bro. Have a good night.
You too. All right, brother. Hayes checking in saying, is the mental health thing true? It is true from inside sources because if you look at the way he's come through the system, he's been up and down. If you read his social media, so not even if you don't have an inside source, but if you read his social media, it's very cryptic. And he comes off saying, like, I can't believe why I was sent down and everything else like that. It's like those are things you should be keeping to yourself. Those should be only things that God knows that you're thinking. You know what I mean? Like you don't tell friends that. You just like, hey man, when you give the cliches when you're asked, hey, what do you feel about being sent back down? Oh, I needed to work on something. Obviously the organization doesn't think I'm ready yet. I got to prove them wrong. Say stuff like that, even though in your head you're like, man, what the fuck? I've done everything right. Why are they sending me down? You can't let things like that beat you. He goes online. He sees all your comments, all my comments, or anyone else who has trolled him in the past, which I haven't, but I'm just saying he should be a guy with a stronger mental build. Just like his, like he's a strong dude. He should have a strong mental health. And I think people, that's overlooked. You could be a 5-tool player. There's no doubt I think he's a 5-tool player. It's just the only problem with is someone's got to get in his head and be like, okay, when you're trying to go out there for a simple catch, don't be trotting like a horse. Just make the fucking catch. When you're in the lineup, humble yourself. Do your thing. Don't be flashy. Like one thing I didn't like last year is in his intro. He's over there winking at the freaking, through the Jumbotron. It's like, bro, you haven't done nothing yet. How are you cocky on the freaking Jumbotron and everything else like that? Just swing your bat, do your thing. When you've got an established 2-3 years under your belt of playing 162 or like Rendon playing 30 games a year, then then you could kind of like say, oh, I've arrived, I've done this and that. But flashy belts, you're not making good runs to the ball. When people troll you, you respond. Like, don't do that. And I just think he's kind of holding himself back. See, ToddFox is part of the. Shut up. Ryan says, I hope Ohtani does not morph into Fujiyami. No, that would have to be a hard fall right there because Fujiyami sucks. I think he's got like a 10 ERA or something like that. But so I think that's going to be it for now because it's about an hour and 30 minutes. So I was given a hall pass to come out here and do the show, even though because usually, like I said, I don't do it on Sundays. I try to just keep it Monday through Saturday and have that family day on Sunday. But there's really nothing going on tonight. And she's like, the kids are doing their thing. So. All right, there it is. So I owe her one, and thank you guys all for coming on for the late post-game show. Had a good crowd in here. Took some nice phone calls and everything. I'm going to play you guys out with something I made for the telecast. So the next time you see this on a YouTube live. Yes, it's 4 minutes, but I got our boys singing it. Or I got this one guy from Texas singing it, the song "Calling All Angels," and it really, really sounds pretty cool. And I think it goes with a video montage. So check it out. And this, when you see this the next time, it'll be right before we broadcast a live game watch party. So check this out. Hold on a second. I gotta fix that one. Give me a second. This is not the way I want to get it. Give me 1 second. Hold on a second. See, this is why I'm trying it out now. Okay, technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
I need a sign. Let me know you're here. All of these lines are being crossed over the atmosphere. I need to know that things are gonna look up, 'cause I feel us drowning in the sea spill from a cup.